Thank you so much, everybody, and thanks so much for being here today. My name is Laila Gad. And I'm here with my wonderful mentor, Christian Gonzalez-Rivera, and we're here to talk to you guys a little bit about how our relationship really facilitated the work on my project and really important work that I think that I'm really excited to continue with even after I graduate. So, as Professor was mentioning, I am a fellow. I guess I'm a scholar in the Mellon Humanities Public Scholars Program. And just a quick background, if you're not familiar with what that program is, you get a stipend to work on a social justice humanities project of your interest. And a little bit more about me, I'm pre-med, my major is journalism, and my minor is environmental science, and I'm really interested in how older adults are impacted by climate change. So when I heard about this program, I thought it'd be a really great way to continue my work with Director Christian Gonzalez-Rivera, because we've been working together from before, because I was in another program called Grove. And I thought this would be a great way to continue our mentor-mentee relationship and continue my interests in how older adults are impacted by rising heat. So we worked on a project together called Social and Health Impacts of Rising Temperatures on Older Adults in the South Bronx and Harlem. And if you have questions about that project, I can talk a little bit about that after, but right now I really just want to highlight the importance of the mentor that I was assigned with. Starting from June, when I was accepted into the program, me and my mentor met weekly. So that was the summer before the beginning of my senior year. And through those weekly meetings, I was really able to ask those tough questions that, you don't really think about if you're not really actively working with your mentor. And Christian can further elaborate on his side of that. But for me, it was really important to have someone that I could always talk to. And I know that I will always have that safe fallback that I can speak to him. Okay, you know what? I forgot to ask him this in my last meeting. I know I have a guaranteed time to speak to him next week to talk about this. I think one main thing that I talk a lot about with my Hunter friends is that sometimes they don't know when the next time they'll talk to their professor is, just because professors are busy or maybe they don't reply as consistently. But I was really lucky that my mentor always replies consistently, and I always had that safe, guaranteed spot to talk to him once a week throughout the past 6-7 months. And that's really helped my growth as a student. I don't know if Christian, you want to comment on that. I don't want to talk for too long.
Well, thank you, Laila. This is, it's very kind of you to say. And hello to everyone. Christian Gonzalez-Rivera. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background as to where I sit. And then, it's like to sort of talk about the connection to Laila's work. So I'm the director of policy. It's like a longer name, but director of policy, basically, at the Brookdale Center for Healthy Aging, which is CUNY's Aging Research and Policy Center that's situated at Hunter College. And so most of the work that we do is really around the social aging field. And those of us who are here come from all different disciplines. I'm an urban planner with a background in economic development. Our research director is a psychologist. Our director is an anthropologist, and we have another anthropologist as well. So from all these different disciplines, we train our different methodologies and also our different ideas on the issue of aging. And in particular, it's like not just, people who are, very often when you hear the word aging, you think about people of a certain age. But we very much think about aging as a life course process. And in particular, it's like in my sort of area of this organization, I think about how policies affect people differently across the life, throughout the life course. For instance, it's like thinking about financial aid policy. It's like how it's designed for younger people, but it's not always designed. It's like for people who are adults and want to go back to school. And there are many examples like that. And so very often what we look for in projects is to find an aging and lens. And so when Laila approached about the idea of how about aging and climate change, I thought that was super interesting. Of course, it's like the first thing that popped into my head is Eric Kleinenberg's research on the heat waves in Chicago. It's like, which is a really important, of course, starting off point for this. But then the questions become, it's, that there are social aspects about this. There are built environment aspects of this issue as well. And then also there are social services issues that are related to this as well. And being a nascent field, there are so many directions that you can go. And so one of the things that's been really great about working with Laila on this is that Laila has a lot of energy and brings a journalist's mindset, a journalist curiosity to this project. So part of it is sort of recognizing, those talents that Laila has to go out there, find the information, do interviews, and generally not being shy about going out and finding information, but then also I know I'm doing my job when I'm also sort of asking the kinds of questions that create useful boundaries around what a project is, because as we all know, a project can't be everything. Useful boundaries and knowing when to push them and when to not push them is what I feel like is my job in my end of the relationship. And so it's been that, I mean, it's like as Laila mentioned, since the growth program going on forward, we found sort of structured ways of really making the idea of aging real to today and making it real for lots of different topics that we've had the chance to discuss, the latest being climate change.